We got really great experience while working on it. So if you are coming into the market as a startup or as an enterprise, you need to bring a new idea, a new product, and also to address certain problems. Today we have several divisions on the tech, like you have fintech, you have education tech, you have sports tech, you have so many, right?
Wow.
So
Okay.
I will not tell everyone to travel,
Yeah.
but
But do
those
it.
who can, of course.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mary Pierce. And today's guest expert is Intiqab Rawoof. He is the founder and CEO of Premier Fintech, who is a global player in the financial technology and IT services. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Mary. It's a pleasure to be here.
My pleasure. I forgot to mention that he's also been in 40 countries. So he's like a multi serialpreneur and global citizen, I would say. Can you please tell us a little bit more about Premier Fintech? What do you guys do?
So, Premier Fintech, we started to build products and services to cater the banking industry. Basically, our vision was to modernize the payment experience to the customer. So we built some products where to replace the traditional and legacy terminals into a modern terminal called the SmartPos. So the SmartPos works in a latest framework and operating system called Android. And it is being certified by the major certification bodies, like security to the operations to all that. So we built the terminal as a custom manufacturing based on the customer's requirement. Imagine a bank says, okay, I need a camera in the terminal. Another bank says, I don't want a camera, but I need a biometric chip instead.
Okay.
So we do complete customization and we position ourselves as the original equipment manufacturer for the financial institutions. And when I say financial institutions, it's not just the banks alone. It's also the other fintech companies who would like to, acquire our products and services and solutions as well. So we are providing the complete turnkey solution, not just the hardware or not just the software. So we provide all-in-one as an all-in-one solution, so that it makes their lives easy. So that if they acquire our products, they don't need to run to another company to develop the application to process payments. So we take care of that as well. So we work very closely with the financial institutions to make sure that their products is complete and it is ready to go live to the merchant.
Wow, that's very, very impressive.
That's one of the services that we have, and we also do provide software solutions for the banking industry. So we develop payment processing applications, and we also have a terminal management system where they can manage thousands of terminals using one dashboard, which makes their operation efficiency more better.
Earlier, we were having a discussion too, and then you mentioned, is that fintech, Premier Fintech, is the same as the other company that you have for what you're doing right now for digital with Qatar Airways, or is a separate company?
Yeah. So the Premier Fintech started in 2020.
Okay.
So the whole fintech terminology, it started after the 2020.
Yeah.
And that's the time the fintech was actually having a boom in the market.
Yes.
Globally. So before the Premier Fintech, we had a company called Raison International. We still have the company since 2016. That company was purely an IT solutions company. So through that company, we channeled for a new product. When there was a tender with Qatar Airways, they wanted a passenger scanning solution to scan the boarding passes and passports, not only in Doha but globally. So we were awarded the project, and we were glad that we were able to supply them on time the best solution that we could offer them, because it's a global order, and I'm very proud to see my solutions available all over the world in most of the outputs. So this was like mainly again a customized solution. We had to customize the firmware. We had to do the integration to the terminal. We had to do the support after services as well to them. Even we have a 5 years contract, and we're still working on supporting the hardware and technical issues. But it was a very good journey for us, and we got really great experience while working on it. And the experience doesn't stop, it's always evolving. Yeah.
I love it. That was very, very impressive. So aside obviously from Premier Fintech and your experience, I'm not an expert in the technology, but what advice would you give, audience that is looking to enter the tech industry, whether it's in the financial and sector?
I would say if it's a new idea coming into the market, it's good because most of the tech companies are already in the market.
Yeah.
So if you are coming into the market as a startup or as an enterprise, you need to bring a new idea, a new product, and also to address certain problems.
Okay.
And try to find a solution for the problem.
Yes.
Because why would someone need a tech solution? Is because if they have a challenge,
yes,
now they need someone to take care of that hurdle.
Yeah.
And you're coming in with your solution, and your solution is going to be really important for them because they are trying to solve a problem using your tech solution.
Yes.
It's not going to be another software which will be replacing one another
software.
Yeah, so it's something new would always be good. So come up with as many ideas you have. Try to select the best possible product or a solution that will address a need in the market. And also, number two, it is very important that you need to also see how fast you can implement it. Because planning could be for years, but how fast can you implement it? How fast can you deploy? How fast you can acquire customers? And this is something that you need to understand. And also, in today's world, we have a lot of regulations, compliance, and other things to meet. So make sure that these things are all met, taken care of. Study the regulations properly, and this most in the fintech field. In that area, there is a lot of regulations. I mean, all the central banks, they come up with so much restrictions for you to follow for security purposes, and you need to meet all the expectations. So there are sandbox to go through, and there are particular license to obtain from the government. You need to make sure that all those compliance part is met before launching a product, and also do your homework very well and understand that are you the fifth or the sixth to enter the market, or are you the first? So try to make your product always unique and addressable.
That's really, really good advice. I always seen, there's so many people that obviously now with all of this technology and internet and AI and metaverse, like we were talking earlier, there's a lot of opportunities, obviously, for innovation, right?
Yes.
So it's nice that they obviously, like you said, that they have a problem to fix, and there's not so many of them already, like not much competition.
Definitely. So see, the innovation never stops. Innovation, even if you have something, a wonderful product today, tomorrow it's going to be outdated.
Oh yeah.
So we need to be always innovative, try to be the best, try to improve the product. And so it is evolving, as you said earlier, it's always evolving. And tech space is always a very challenging area because, now if you see with the number of other products in tech, because tech is not IT. Today we have several divisions on the tech, like you have fintech, you have education tech, you have sports tech, you have so many, right? So
okay.
on each and every division, you have subdivisions. There are so many other new products inside that. And that area is really growing so fast. And the opportunities are really vast. So you need to pick which area are you going to work in. When I say fintech, am I going to hardware or software? When I go into software, am I going to payments, or am I going to buy now pay later, or what am I going to? So there are so many things to consider for a new startup to start their business. Again, they need to secure funding. They need to have their presence, their licensing, their incorporation to everything. So my good advice for you would be find suitable co-founders.
Yes, with experience
who can support you. Having different skills. So that would be also an added point for you to start your, anyone would like to start their journey in technology. Yeah,
that's a really good advice. Actually, I feel like even for me, when I moved, when I was here in Qatar, and then I wanted to open my commercial real estate company, I had no idea anything of how to do it. And so I ended up getting my Qatari business partner who helped me, but it took me a long time. It took me a year to get even my licenses because there was so many regulations, like you said. So it's important to do the research before actually even launching the product. And I feel like a lot of people launch, they run out of capital, and they don't really, they launch the product, but they cannot finish it. I've seen so much of that. So it's very impressive that you funded Premier Fintech and you are definitely successful here in the market. Can you tell us about its role in the European market?
Yes, Mary. The reason why we have a European presence, that too in Poland, that's because we've been exhibiting in most of the countries, especially in Europe and America, and a couple of times in Asia, like in Singapore. So we have an international customer interaction, and we were having a sales office in the Europe to take care of our international business.
Wow.
Yes.
How was it? Can you give us a little bit of experience? Obviously, because you started here in Qatar, right? How was your experience about expanding to Europe?
Qatar was a very good destination to start, a very promising market, and still a very good market for us to really rely on, and with a lot of opportunities given. And I think we selected one of the best jurisdiction to start the business. So that's Qatar Financial Center.
Yes.
So we started incorporate our business with them, and now we've been hosted by them as well, with office space and so many other benefits, and they provide us good support. So with that, we grew in the local market, and then we thought our product is not limited to Qatar.
Yes.
We have created a global product which can cater to different markets. So that's where we went to exhibit. And with that interaction, we thought, okay, it's time to go global. Yeah. So we had different models where we would use for our channel. One is partnerships, collaboration, and also setting up our own branch. So we are using all these channels to expand and grow it to other markets.
That is honestly, it's amazing, and it's very, for me, it's very intelligent because obviously when you are in your market, there is so much potential of growth. But then when you expand to other markets, and continue the expansion, it's really exponential. Like I feel like sky is the limit, right? There is no limitations there is limitations, obviously legal limitations, but then you can choose those countries where you can actually expand to. And I feel like for a lot of our viewers, so many people are afraid to expand to new markets because they don't understand policies or the law, taxation, whatever regulations are. So would you give them, like, what advice would you give them for obviously to actually being able to expand to other countries, to other markets?
Yes. The first few things would be that they need to do their homework first.
Yes.
So the homework is very important to which country they are trying to expand first. That's the first big step towards the international journey. So they need to understand the regulations. And if they're not used to the taxation system, they need to understand how to work on the tax. They need to have a good finance team to support them, especially at the local presence. Example, if he's expanding to one particular country, they need to have an accountant. So he knows how to work on the financial part.
Yeah.
And follow the regulations. This is very important. They should follow the regulations and immediately set up your sales channel. So this is where you are going to increase your business, because setting up a company, anybody can set up a company.
Yeah.
But are you going to do business there?
Exactly.
How are you going to do business there? That is very important. So they need to have a very clear vision.
Yeah.
The vision should be walking through the journey.
I love it.
Yeah.
And sales is very important because you're right, you can be in the country and set it all up, but if you're not doing sales and you're not, whatever you're doing, marketing your product, then it's just going to get stuck there.
Definitely,
and then you lose so much money because obviously startup fees are quite expensive when you're hiring the international lawyer and then you're, like you said, the accountant. So I love that I mentioned sales and I will say marketing as well.
Yeah, sales and marketing, of course, yeah, definitely.
So how was the digital landscape in Qatar changed in recent years? And what role do you see online businesses playing in the future?
I think, especially in Qatar, we can see a lot of traditional businesses are getting digital. And most of the conventional stores are changing into a digital transformation. They started using technology for their services. And another new thing I saw, like the home-based businesses, very small businesses, the home-based businesses are coming into the digital space where they are developing their e-commerce platforms to go retail. So there is a lot of things changing in Qatar. If you see, actually, Qatar, as I remember, there was a Qatar Vision 2030. It says that Qatar is going to be an advanced society, and they are already there.
Yeah,
they're already there, and things are changing. Actually, the mindsets of people are changing. They want to go start their online business, whether it's e-commerce or using Instagram as well.
Yeah.
But every one of them are adapting into some payment systems. So this is where the electronic payment is getting more and more popular.
Yes.
Because there is a way to charge from the customer remotely. And we are one of the suppliers. So it's part of as well for electronic payment.
I love that.
One of the things that we're doing. But the best part that we see is this market is adapting to change.
Yes.
So, and it's fast. And the retail is fast growing, especially in the digital space. And the e-commerce is really growing.
I love that. It's just so much convenience, right? When you are anywhere and you're just doing your whatever it is on the e-commerce platforms, you're just doing your shopping, whether it's, you know, whatever products they are providing, it's just so much easier just to like go on the app. And I love obviously the digital payment because, for instance, for us in the US, we have our credit cards that we use and then, you know, it's pretty much line of credits that you can use on these digital payment platforms. So it's definitely very, very, very good for us.
Yeah, because now we have like alternative payment methods. Even in digital payments, there is like a complete e-commerce experience. And also, let's imagine a small retailer or Instagram shop doesn't have a payment system already integrated.
Yeah.
They can use the payment link option.
Yeah.
Where they can send one-on-one payment links using a message, and then they can pay by their Apple Pay or enter in the card details manually. So there are plenty of options today when it comes to payments.
I do that too. I do some Instagram shopping too. And then TikTok shop. I have one more question. As you know, obviously, when you are doing international business, there are a lot of like cultural differences between the way we do business and the one that do business in a certain country, and then you go and you wanted to expand and pivot to a different country. So there's obviously, we all have different ways of doing businesses because obviously we grew up in the country. What kind of advice would you give in the cultural level where obviously if the entrepreneur or business owner is trying to expand to or is working to expand to another market, but they don't understand their culture and like the way of doing business in that country? To me, in my opinion, if you don't understand the culture, it's going to be really hard to close on any deal or get any partnership, right? So what kind of advice would you give them to just understand or even knowing where to even start on the cultural differences between the countries?
Yeah, Maria, if it was for me, what I will do first is visit the country.
Okay.
I'll be a visitor.
I love that.
I will go and I will spend some time trying to integrate with the culture.
I love it.
You know, the traditions, food, language, and everything. After that, I will go to the next step of exploring the business opportunities. And I will also look at if I'm compatible for this culture.
Yeah.
Of course, culture can be compatible, but for the business culture.
Yes, exactly. Business culture.
What is stopping me? Is there a limitation? So I will study that. And then only I'll be going to establish the company.
Mhm.
And after establishing, probably yes, we'll have a team. So in some cases, we might need to hire a local team.
Yes, like
If
a
they will do
consultant.
better in their country than me.
Yeah.
So when we go international, we always think about going to be a local, and probably we can win.
Yes.
Because they have more influence in the society.
That's a really
a very good example for Premier Fintech is now we're starting a new branch in Saudi Arabia in Riyadh. So in Saudi Arabia, I'm not going to go and sit there. So we have a local partner and a woman partner.
Okay.
So she's a tech person. So we thought, okay, she's going to be a good fit.
Yeah.
To be representing Premier Arabia in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
So this is another way to do this international business locally, being a local, not being an international figure like us sitting in somewhere and managing the business everywhere, because we cannot have ourselves everywhere as a physical presence.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like we say in Arabic, yeah, inta shatter. Very, very smart. I do agree with you. I feel like having somebody in the ground, especially that understands the culture, speaks the language, I think is very, very important too, because you're really speaking not just the business language, but the actual local language. I think that really impacts highly on when you're trying to expand to other markets. I think for me, that's one of the things too that it did work, having somebody in the ground that speaks the language and understand the culture more than me. So
that's very important.
Very smart. Thank you for that. So the last question is, as a traveler and blogger, how do your experiences around the world influence your perspectives on business and climate action?
So actually speaking, traveling given me a lot of knowledge. I learn a lot while traveling.
40 countries, I'm sure
yeah, 40 plus.
And you learn a lot.
Many cities. And I go to the same country again and again sometimes. If I like the place, the whole environment, and there are a few countries that I revisit. That's one of the interests actually, but definitely I'm learning a lot while traveling, and that knowledge is real life experience, and that's something that you cannot study in books.
Yes, right? Correct.
So I will not tell everyone to travel.
Yeah,
but those who can, of course, have that experience for yourself. And myself, when I go to some countries, then I feel like I belong here.
Yeah.
I have that feeling, but it's not true, because we cannot be belonging to every place that we go. But you have some interest, like you feel like I can do something here. I can do a business here. I can open a branch here. I can have a partner here. So the places where we cannot have our own physical presence, we at least can collaborate with the company, which is in the same business line. Or if they are looking for some products that we have and they do not have, we can have this partnership with them. So this is a way that we collaborate with new markets.
Yeah, that's actually really smart. Doing the traveling and figuring out what they're missing in the country, especially from your perspective, have been in 40 different countries, you know what they're missing. Like, so it's actually really good if they're looking to find like a problem solving, then you have some solutions in the country, and then in that country they don't have it. So there you go. That's a startup idea.
Yes, that's how it works sometimes.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here. If you guys want to contact him, we will have obviously his contact information, not your direct contact information, obviously, but a way for you to contact him. And I hope you guys really like the interview. And thank you so much again for being here today.
Thank you very much, Mary. It was a pleasure to be here with you today.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.